Hello, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Las Cruces. We welcome those of you who are in our sanctuary this morning or joining us online. It is a joy to be together in worship. I'm Reverend JeKaren Bell. I use she, her pronouns. And today I will be your service leader, and always I'm your affiliate minister for this congregation. I'm a Black woman with locks just past my shoulders, wearing teal glasses and a blue-green teal stole. We share visual descriptions of ourselves to help ensure everyone, including people with low or no vision, can fully participate.
Welcome. I'm Reverend Ali Casey Bell. My pronouns are he and him. I am your minister and your service associate for this service. My pronouns are, I told you already, visually. Visually, I am a dark-skinned Black man, trans man, and I am wearing brown glasses. I'm wearing a pink shirt, a gray suit jacket, and blue pants, and I am wearing a teal and purple and other variations of colors in that scheme stole. This is one of my ordination stoles. A warm welcome to all our guests. Whether it's your first visit or your 100th, you are a part of this beloved community, whoever you are, wherever you are from, whatever your life circumstance, your gender identity, sexual orientation, disability or documentation status, whatever your spiritual path. You fit in here, you belong here. Your story matters and your presence is a gift. If you're new here, welcome. Please give a little wave. Anybody new? Give a little wave. Hey. So that we can welcome you. Join us after church for a short coffee hour. Today we're going caroling and you're welcome to come. It's almost Clayton Flowers' 110th birthday. We would love to get to know you all, and we would hope that you'd like to get to know us. And to know what's happening between worship services, there's a little visitor's card on the back of your chair. You can fill it in, and you'll receive invitations to participate in our service. If you have additional questions, join us in the lobby by the pamphlet rack, which you may not see, it's on the wall, but if you get to that big silver statue, somebody will find you. You can join us right after the service. As we enter into this time of worship, lean into joy, music, and the multi-generational space, and say hello to those you know and those you might not know yet. Welcome. Hello, neighbor. Hello.
Good. Thank you. Let's come on back. Let's come on back. Thank you. We'll have more time during caroling and coffee hour, hot cocoa. Thank you. Let us gather ourselves into this moment with a deep breath in and a slow breath out. We arrive just as we are. We come together in this season of winter, honoring the darkness that rests the earth and the quiet light that still lives within each of us. May this time be sacred. May it invite reflection on the paths that we have journeyed and open our imaginations to what is still possible. As we gather, may we feel the warmth of community, the steady reminder that we do not journey alone. May hope find us here, gently and honestly. And may we leave this space committed to tending connection, to carrying light when it is needed most. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Eric. I am Eric Ramirez. I serve as the music director of this church. I am a brown, 5'9" Puerto Rican gay man with graying black hair shaved on the sides. I'm not as cool as Rev Ali, so I don't have it like in a point. It's just plain. I'm wearing glasses today to read. They are black. I'm wearing a multi-blue colored stole and a long sleeve black shirt with circles and diamonds on it. And if you look close enough, there are little stars on it. I'm honoring the solstice. I'm also wearing black pants and black shoes. And today I'm wearing Nancy Zacharias. If you are watching, I'm wearing the socks she gave me for Christmas. They're blue and have Popeye on them. Today I smell of sandalwood and orange. Sandalwood is back because it's Christmas. Yay! Would you rise in body or spirit as we sing our opening gathering hymn, How Sweet the Darkness, number 1055.
In our Unitarian Universalist tradition, we light a chalice as a symbol of our shared faith and community. And today, we light the Hanukkah to celebrate the miraculous light as a reminder that there is always a way. As Jody Natchison lights first our chalice here in the sanctuary and then our Hanukkah, We invite those joining us online to share in the chat where you are lighting your chalice from. Do you know how it works? The earth has turned us towards stillness, towards rest, toward the quiet wisdom that lives beneath urgency and noise. We light this chalice not because the darkness has failed, but because even now, the light remembers how to return. May this light remind us that cycles continue, that renewal begins before it's visible, and that hope is already taking shape. It's lit. All right. You are great at this. How about awesome.
Candles at home because I'm torpe, which means clumsy in Spanish, and I can't get anything to work, as I will carefully demonstrate here.
And I will recite the Hanukkah prayer for today in English. Our Father in heaven, thank you for being generous to us and giving us all that we need. Please help us always to be generous and spread the love we have received to others. We pray this in Yeshua's name. Amen. Thank you. Great job. It's all right. We're good. It was. Are we all good? Thank you, Jody. Please rise in body and spirit and join me in saying our church's affirmation of covenant and singing the doxology in English and Spanish. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow together in creation. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Good morning, church. Good morning, Kelly. And and good morning to our RE students, past and present. I am Kelly Ingram, and I am your Director of Religious Education. My pronouns are she and her. I am a 5'3" mixed race brown woman with black and silver hair that's pulled up into a bun, and I have my wrap on this morning. I am wearing Christmas wreath earrings with little bells that make noise, black glasses, black shirt, black pants, black shoes. Eric tried to outdo me today. This morning's wisdom story is a classic and is titled The Rebirth of the Sun. The Rebirth of the Sun, from Circle by Starhawk and Diane Baker and Ann Hill. Circle around, and I'll tell you about a story when the sun was born again. It was the middle of the winter, and the sun had grown very old. All year long, the sun had worked very hard, rising and setting day after day, all year long. The sun had fed everyone on earth, shining, giving energy to the trees and the flowers and the grasses so that they could grow and feed the animals and the birds and the insects and the people. Now the poor, tired sun could barely make it up in the morning, and after a very short time needed to sleep again. So the days grew shorter and the nights grew longer, until the day was so short it was hardly worth getting up for at all. Night felt sorry for the sun. "Why does the dark go on so long?" asked the children all over the earth. "Won't the sun ever come back again?" "The sun is very tired," the old one said. "But maybe if you children say thank you for all the things that the sun does, the light might return." In the morning, the children sang songs to the sun. Then they thought about all the things the sun gave them. "Thank you for growing the lettuce and the corn, and the rice and the wheat," they said. "Thank you for growing the trees of the forests and the seaweed of the ocean and the krill that feeds the whales. Thank you for stirring the air and making the winds that bring the rains." Every time a child said thank you, the sun began to feel a little warmer, a little brighter. Wrapped safely in the arms of the night, the sun grew younger and younger. At last, the children had to go to bed. "We will stay up and wait for the sun to rise again," the old one said. "Can't we stay up too?" the children asked. "You can try, but you will get too sleepy," the old one said. "But you can each light a candle, because all fire is a spark of the sun's fire. Put your candle in a safe place and let it keep vigil for you as you sleep and dream of sunlight." So the children lit their candles and put them in very safe places, and each flame was a little spark of the sun's fire, and the sun peeped out from between the arms of the night and saw all the little fires and began to feel warmer and brighter and younger still. Early in the morning, the older ones woke the children together, and they climbed high on a hill and faced the east, the direction of the sunrise. They sang songs to the sun, and they ran around trying to keep warm while they waited and waited to see what the dawn would bring. The sky began to turn from black to indigo to blue, Slowly the sky grew light as gold. It crept slowly over the horizon. Night opened her arms, and in a burst of brightness, the sun appeared, new and strong and shining. For in the long night, the sun had rested well and grown young from the songs and the thanks of the children. Young as a brand new baby born out of the night once more. Everyone cheered and the children jumped up and down. The sun has returned. The sun is reborn. The people, they cried, they danced, they sang to celebrate the birth of a new day. And then they went home to eat breakfast. The end. And now our choir will lead us in 2 rounds of the children's blessing. Any youth who would like to follow me after the first round out of the breezeway doors? Thank you.
That was the most adorable baby. As we enter into this quiet moment together, I invite you to pause and take a steady, gentle breath in and out. Let your breath anchor you here now in this circle of care. This is a time to embrace the ringing. It's all right. It's a time to honor the fullness of life, the joys that lift our hearts, the sorrows that weigh heavily, the questions we carry quietly inside. Whatever you're bringing this morning, know this: you are not alone. You are held here in this gathered community. We take a sacred pause that rests on our hearts to share what rests on our hearts. This time is set apart for lifting our joys, honoring our sorrows, and making the milestones of our lives just a little bit easier. This is not a space for announcements or political messages. It's a sacred space. It's time for the truths that move within us. Are there any joys, sorrows, or milestones among us this morning? You're invited to raise your hand, and I'll bring you the microphone. I'll hold on to it. You'll speak into it. And you'll go from there. I'll start with you.
It's hot. Ooh, all right. Hi, I'm Sarah Thomas, and tomorrow marks 3 weeks since I've had a total knee replacement. I am back. I'm doing great, thanks to my nurse and driver, Rabbit.
Hi, I'm Danny Hawkins. Good morning. I also have a joy to share. A week ago, last Sunday, Deborah and I celebrated 40 years of marriage.
Hello, my name's Greg, and my wife and I were going to move to Santa Fe. And after a lot of research and a lot of investigation, we decided to stay in Las Cruces.
Who was it? Right here? Oh, again, one.
this church is one of the main reasons why.
Allison.
I get to break the rules because I get the controls to the microphones. Well, that's my joke to offset the two sorrows I have to share. The first one, I guess this is not known by everybody, but Lindsay Neal, who's usually down there volunteering with hospitality, is my mom. Just the other day, on Friday, she fell at work and she broke her wrist. And so, yeah, she broke her, I think it was her radial or radius or something, and it looks like they're probably going to have to operate because the bone fragmented. And so she's in a lot of pain right now, and would appreciate well wishes, I'm sure. My other sorrow is a personal one. I moved this past week, also on Friday. Friday was a real unfortunate day. I moved out of my now ex-partner's place and exited a 2-year-long relationship, which I guess I'll kind of repackage more as a mixed blessing because we were both sort of unhappy, and it's one of those things, you know, life goes on, but we're powering through, getting used to the new place, and of course my mom falls and breaks her wrist while I'm doing this. We're karmically linked, we're convinced at this point.
I'll try to make mine short. I'm Jennifer Trantham, and I have two joys. One is a thank you to the church members. You guys have been amazing support to me during my personal journey for our hiatal hernia repair and all that involved. So thank you, and I really appreciate everybody checking in on me, making sure I'm okay. My second is about my son, sitting up there. Joshua finished his bridging classes, which required a second bachelor's degree in music, and is now starting his master's degree in music performance in January.
My name is Jan Thompson, and I have two things to share also. First of all, my joy that Pablo de Jesus, who is Executive Director of Unitarian Universalists for Social Justice, is here today with his wife, visiting his wife's family in El Paso.
Hello.
And we are a member congregation to UUSJ, so I'm glad that he came here. And my second is that Callie Weston, a fairly new member of the church, had hip replacement surgery on Wednesday. I got her Thursday when she was discharged from the hospital, and she's come home with me for recuperation. But we had 2 trips to the ER by ambulance because she was bleeding a lot, and you know, you shouldn't be bleeding that much. And they said the bandage they put on would last for 7 days. It lasted maybe for 7 hours, but not really. So on the second trip, they finally figured out the incision's fine, the surgery's fine, everything's good, but she has contact dermatitis. She's allergic to the adhesive. So they changed the bandage, and she's having a normal recovery now.
As we close, I offer unspoken prayers for the things that live in our hearts and the joys and sorrows and griefs and milestones and gratitudes held tenderly by this congregation. All right, it's you.
We have come to sing to
I'm going to say I never realized how exhausting it is to be the worship associate. Goodness grace. I appreciate you all more now than ever before. As we gather in this sacred space, we now turn to the giving of gifts. What we offer today, each and every week, is one way we care for this community and for the wider world and wilder that we are a part of. Our generosity sustains the life of this church. Our worship, our programs, and our shared practice of love, justice, welcome, and care. This quarter, we share a portion of today's offering with Amador Health Center, whose work provides integrated health and wellness services for our neighbors in Las Cruces. Grounded in dignity and care for all, regardless of insurance, background, status, or ability to pay. Through this partnership, we live our values beyond these walls. You may give in whatever way feels right to you, online, by mail, or by placing your gift in the plate. May these offerings be received in gratitude and used in love.
The Buddha's last instruction by Mary Oliver. Make of yourself a light, said the Buddha before he died. I think of this every morning as the east begins to tear off its many clouds of darkness, to send up the first signal, a white fan streaked with pink and violet, even green. An old man, he lay down between two sala trees, and he might have said anything, knowing it was his final hour. The light burns upwards. It thickens and settles over the fields. Around him, the villagers gathered and stretched forward to listen. Even before the sun itself hangs disattached in the blue air, I am touched everywhere by its ocean of yellow waves. No doubt, he thought of everything that had happened in his difficult life. And then I feel the sun itself as it blazes over the hills, like a million flowers on fire, Clearly, I am not needed. Yet I feel myself turning into something of inexplicable value. Slowly, beneath the branches, he raises his head. He looks into the faces of that frightened crowd. Beautiful music. Thank you, choir. On this winter solstice, the longest night of the year, we gather right at the turning point when darkness has stretched as far as it can and the light begins its quiet return. The solstice reminds us that joy doesn't arrive all at once. It comes back slowly. The white light does a little more each day. Winter, light, joy, they are all connected. Connected in a way that doesn't need fireworks or grand gestures. The kind of connection that's woven into your day if you're willing to pause long enough to notice. And yes, we live in a place where winter doesn't exactly scream for our attention. There are no blizzards, no 4-foot snowdrifts, thank goodness, no dramatic scenes from Hallmark movies. Our winter is real, just a little bit quieter. And that quiet has gifts if we are willing to look for them. The winter solstice is nature's invitation to slow down, to breathe, to listen. The earth is resting. And whether we like it or not, it nudges us to do the same. Now, I know what you're thinking. Resting in December? Sure. After the potlucks and the luminarias and the tamales and the visits and the errands. But slowing down doesn't mean doing nothing. It means shifting from rushing through the season to moving with the season. It means paying attention. And southern New Mexico's winter begs us to notice small things, like the way the Oregon mountains turn rose gold at about 4:30-ish p.m., like they're having a private conversation with the sun. And if you've been out super early in the morning, the crunch of frost on the desert ground just before dawn. The way the air smells clean in the mornings. The way a warm cup of atole or coffee feels different when the air is cold and your hands are cold and your soul is just quiet. Winter solstice isn't about celebrating for the sake of forgetting the darkness. It's about remembering that even at the darkest point, light is already on the way back. It's a real joy. Joys aren't always loud. They're moments, little flashes of delight, here and gone. And if we don't train our hearts to pay attention, we miss them. Finding joy is like listening for a whisper in a windy place. You have to lean in just a little. You look up at the sky and you let the colors stop you for one breath. You let yourself fully taste the first sip of something warm. You spend 30 seconds standing in a sunbeam like a little lizard on a rock, just letting your bones thaw. All joy. Some of you already do this instinctively. Others might need to put a little sticky note on your fridge that says, "Hey, look for something beautiful today." And how do we appreciate these joys? Appreciation is simply saying, this moment matters. I'm letting myself have this moment. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to turn it into anything. You just let the moment be and let it be enough. You let it fill you, you breathe it in. You say thank you, not out loud, just internally. Just a quiet little gratitude. Appreciation is permission. This tiny good thing is allowed to touch my heart. And if you're lucky, you can string enough of these tiny joys together and something will shift. Not in a big fireworks way, but more like a slow sunrise. The winter solstice teaches us that even in a season of loss, choosing one small light can change the way the night feels. Let me tell you about my friend Clara. Life fell apart for her one early winter. She lost her job, her relationship, and her beloved dog died. It's the kind of loss that can only be found in a country music ballad. The world felt like one long night for her. She decided to keep busy and to volunteer at the local animal shelter at the urging of a friend. And when she went to that animal shelter, she didn't go looking for joy. She was looking for distraction. Does anybody understand that feeling? Yeah. But joy found her anyway, in the form of a wiggly little dog with a crooked ear. What she told me later was this: I wasn't paying attention to good things anymore. I was too overwhelmed. But that dog, he was too joyful to ignore. He made me notice the moment. And every time I tell that story, I can't help smiling, just imagining this little doggy. And that's the thing about joy. It doesn't erase the hard things, but it makes the darkness less heavy. It's like tiny lanterns on a long trail. And the more Clara let those little moments in, the lighter she felt. Not healed overnight, but softened, supported, reminded. When she adopted Luna on that winter solstice day, she said, "It felt like I was choosing light, even if it was a small light." That dog was not small, by the way. It was a German Shepherd. Which brings us back to the solstice. It's quiet, but it's hopeful. The longest night doesn't stay the longest. The sun creeps back in, slow, subtle, steady. And honestly, that's how joy works. It's slow, it's quiet, it's persistent. It often arrives like dawn in the desert, quietly, gently, painting the world gold before you even notice. Community is its own kind of firelight. It's the glow we gather around when the night feels long or our spirits feel too thin. In the same way a fire pit pulls people close, community draws us towards warmth we can't create alone. Sometimes it blazes with shared meals and shared laughter, shared living. And sometimes it's just a small ember, a check-in text, a pot of soup, someone remembering your name at coffee hour at the new church. But every spark matters. In a world that can feel cold or overwhelming, we keep one another lit. We take turns being the flame, the warmth, the shelter. And together we become the light that makes the darkness less frightening and the path ahead a little easier to see. Here in southern New Mexico, winter reminds us in its own way that joy grows like desert plants, slowly, with deep roots, often in unexpected places. You might find joy in the stretch of sunlight that lasts a tiny bit longer, in someone's kindness when you didn't ask for it, in a moment of stillness that surprises you. You are part of the returning light. Your presence matters. Your joy matters. Your small moments matter. So as you leave today, may you notice one small joy. May you appreciate it. May you let it warm you even for a heartbeat. And you can start this morning by taking a closer look at this beautiful art piece by Susan Bray, it's made of molded paper, and it's called Winter Solstice. So I invite you, before you leave, to come take a look and have a little bit of joy. Blessed be and happy solstice.
That homily was like a warm blanket. Whew. Thank you. Would you rise in body or spirit as you are able as we finish the winter solstice chants? Let's sing together. Children of the earth, can you feel
As you go from this place, may you walk with eyes softened enough to notice the small lights along your path, the sun lingering a moment longer, the warmth of a cup in your hands, the quiet kindness that finds you when you least expect it. May you remember that joy does not have to be loud to be real, that even the smallest spark can ease the longest night. When the world feels cold or heavy, may you trust that the light returns the way it always has, slowly, steadily, faithfully. May you be warmed by this community, and may you carry that warmth with you, becoming firelight for someone else when the night feels long. Go gently, go noticing. You are part of the returning light.
Good morning. My name is Jan Thompson. Not to break the mood, but we have a lot of things happening this week. Actually, a lot of them when we're supposed to be quiet and enjoying those quiet joys. But I do want to invite you to attend most of them. Beginning with, and I didn't give my description. I am an old, short, white lesbian wearing nondescript glasses and hearing aids. My hair is short, gray, with a little bit of light brown still mixed in with it. And I'm wearing a white blouse with a Christmas vest and black slacks. This morning at 11:30, we're going to gather right here and go to the home of our patriarch, Clayton Flowers, and sing Christmas carols to him. We will stand outside for his protection, and he knows we're coming. He's excited about that. So, if you want to go, be here at 11:30, and we'll do some carpooling and everything. Then tomorrow night is our second roundtable for the month, and this one, some of you will remember, or a lot of you will remember Paul O'Connell, who was a member here for many years. He and his wife, Marion, moved back to Minnesota to be near children. Marion has since died. And Paul is still an economist, and he's going to speak to us on the impact of tariffs and our recent economic situations and economic changes. He's my kind of economist. I think you'll enjoy him. So be here at 6:30 here or online. Then on Christmas Day, which is Clayton's birthday, and when he actually turns 110 years old, there's going to be, the NAACP is setting up a parade in front of his house, and they'll have a fire truck and police and all with their sirens drawing attention to wonderful Clayton. So if you would like to join in that parade and wish Clayton a birthday, give him a birthday wish on his birthday, you're to show up at 1:45. So at 2:00 they will start the parade. And you meet at the corner of Travis and Craig. You could find that on your Google. Then Christmas Eve, well, actually, I should have said that before. I said that about Clayton's birthday. So to keep it in chronological order, we're having 2 services Christmas Eve. Yeah. The first one is at 4:30, and it's family-oriented, particularly for the children, but we're all family. And so 4:30 on Christmas Eve, be here. And then the second one is more adult-oriented, the traditional Christmas kind of service is that 6 o'clock? Yes. At 6 o'clock, okay. So, and then planning ahead, but we need to get ticket orders now for the MLK Day brunch on January 19th. And this is an NAACP fundraiser, actually, and we support the NAACP in many ways. We are sponsors for this brunch. I promised them 2 tables, and hopefully we can get 3. We almost made 3 last year when it was a breakfast at 8 in the morning. This time, the brunch is at 11, doors open at 10:30, and I suggest getting there on the early side. So the tickets are $50, and if you can't make it, if you're going to be out of town or something, or you have to work on a holiday, but you might want to sponsor somebody here who can't afford $50, and so make a contribution in that way. Make your reservation with me. If you just make it through the NAACP, which you may do, but then you're not going to be sitting at our tables. Okay, so make your reservation with me.
Please join me in saying the words to extinguish the flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.